to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to create some moss witch nails. I saw Haley Jane Aesthetics made this set right here, and that is my inspiration. And then I was doing some Googling and I found this mossy witch lady. So I put those two together to create some moss witch nails. So this is like so simple and easy to do. So I have a tip here, just a long coffin, and I'm just cutting off at the bottom, like, you know, all jaggedy and weird. Like, it does not matter how you do it, but I'm just doing little snips. You want it to look uneven, actually, you know. So I did not want to file these nails and, you know, loosen them up on the stand. So I'm just taking my primer and putting that all over my nail to remove that shine so my product will stick. I figured the best way to create these nails would be using some poly gel. So I'm just going to use some slip solution in this really pretty dish. I'm going to use this brush that I got from Shein. It was in a 3-pack, and I just really like it because the width and everything, I can smooth the poly gel down real fast. And I'm just using Rosalind's white poly gel. I have, like, you know, browns and stuff like that, but I didn't want it to, you know, affect the color that I was going for the witch's nail. So I'm just squeezing on a good amount. You just want to make sure it covers the whole nail. I wasn't going for any like structure or perfect shape because that's not what I want for this nail design. So, you know, like I said, just get it all covered, and you just want to be sure that you have a good enough thickness, because I am going to be creating that texture of, you know, the rigid nails that she has. Now I'm going to be using this long spatula tool, and I'm dipping it in my slip solution and not going, you know, too hard. I'm just going to start going in and creating some lines and indents to make the rigid details. So I didn't want them to be like so uniform, so I'm just going in all different spots, some slightly crooked. I didn't want it too crooked, but yeah, you just want to make sure that you have some depth in the ridges you make. And while doing this, the pressure also moves around the poly gel to create an even more irregular looking nail. So I really like that. And I had this light color tan, and I'm using Madame Glam's Are We Lost? It's, you know, as you can see, orangey, yellowy, browny kind of color, but that was too dark for what I was going for. So I just put a few drops in there to mix the colors together to lighten it up. I mean, you can, you know, go for however kind of color you want, but I just thought this would be extra, you know, gross looking. So as you can see, just by painting this on, because of those ridges I created, it's darker in those ridges because, you know, it's seeping into them. So right there just helped so much with making those stand out and making these look extra dirty and gross. But I do want to try not to have a lot of product because I don't want it to fill in those ridges too much. So now I'm just taking off some of that and flash curing it. And I do go in with a second coat because I really did not want any white showing from underneath. So with the second coat, I'm just doing the same thing. And as you can see, it's just further darkening the ridges, which is perfect. So again, Madame Glam, I'm using Reality Check, which is like, you know, I think it's in their syrup collection, but it's like a sheer black. And I got off as much as I could off the brush. As you can see there, it's like spotted. That's how little I have on the brush. So I'm just really rubbing it into the indents, making sure that it gets in there. And you know, you want to go up, down, however, just to make sure it gets in there good enough. So after that, I take a dry lint-free wipe and I'm just wiping the surface because I don't want this nail to be black. I still want yellow showing through. So just by wiping the surface, that allowed it to stay in the crevices and further give that dirty nail look. So now I gave that a cure and I'm going in with a no wipe top coat. So I start off with a good amount to make sure that it can get in everywhere, and then just like the other polish I put on, I clean my brush and then I clean off as much product as I can from the nail. Again, because I do want to have those ridges be prominent and not fade into the background by getting filled in too much. So I cured that for 15 seconds because I want to use some chrome, and this is called like Black Magic Mirror Chrome, although it did not come out like black. It's like more of a, you know, gunmetal or something, but whatever, I still went with it. In my inspiration picture, she used black eyeshadow to create the dirt around the cuticle area and around the nail tip and the sides of the nails, you know, for the spots that will typically get dirty. So I'm just making sure to rub that in the grooves really well so it really, you know, accentuates it. And I'm doing the sides a bit, like I said. And this looked really cool. I mean, I know it's chrome. It's not like flat black, but like I figured my witch can be a little classy of a witch and have some chrome pretty magic dirt on her nails. So I just rubbed that in a little bit, and then I'm going in with a top coat from just this brand that I got on Amazon, you know, one I don't care about, because in case any of that chrome gets onto the brush, it won't make a difference. So again, putting it on and then wiping some off. But it is important to get into all those ridges and the ends of the nails so you can seal all the details in. And this is how it turned out. I was so like amazed at how quick and easy that was, and I personally think it looks really cool. So for this nail, I only cut one side of the nail because I wanted all the nails to look different, have their own, you know, raggedy look to them. So again, I'm going in with primer to skip the filing. And I'm just going to do the same steps that I did before. The poly gel, nice and thick, and then dip my spatula in the slip solution, create those crevices, and go on with the polish and the chrome and all that good stuff. didn't have any green moss, but I had this brown kind of stuff that was on a fake plant. So I just took some of that off and cut it into small pieces. And I'm going to use my pigment powders to make it green. So I'm going to use this green and a black. So I just do a couple of spoonfuls of the green. So I used more green than black because I just wanted to darken the green. And I added some base coat and mushed this all around to get the pigment powder to stick to these pieces. And then I just gave this a quick cure. So I have these eyes from Shein. My husband actually bought them in a Shein haul he did for me, which was so cool because I probably wouldn't have gotten these myself. So I'm just picking 2 of the bigger ones and 2 of the smaller ones, but I need to like make these more spooky, like for sure. So I'm taking some red on a liner brush and I'm outlining the bottom blue to make it a deep red color. And I believe it's 2 coats on both of these eyeballs, and I give them a cure. But first, actually, I forgot to say, I first did paint on some base coat to make this have a tacky layer for the paint to stick to, and then I went in with the colors. So for the other eye, I have this like really bright green polish. It almost looks like yellow right here, but it was like a really bright green. And I'm just coloring in the blue part of these eyes to make them look extra spooky. And I think I only did 1 coat for this because I had a good amount of polish on my brush. And then I cured these up and put on some top coat, and that was that. And these spiders are also from Shein. Like, can you tell that I'm obsessed with Shein? And I wanted to make them look more spooky as well. So I took a red jelly polish actually, because I figured you can still see the diamond shining through from underneath, which you can, as you can see right there. So yeah, I just did that, cured it up. Now I am adding the moss to these. So I use some rhinestone glue, like a really thick one, and I'm just placing the moss on in sections just at like one side of the nail. I didn't want to cover too much of the nail, but yeah, I put this on. I do it in layers and in steps. So I gave that a cure, and now I'm adding some more glue and some more moss to this nail, and I cure it again. So I'm doing this on another nail. I wound up only doing this on 2 nails because I don't know, I really liked how the witch nails came out, and you know, the shapes they had and everything, that I didn't want to cover too many nails. So I cured that up, and now using some more rhinestone glue, I am adding the eyes on top of the moss, and then I added some more glue, and I'm putting moss to kind of, you know, wrap around the eye so it looks like it was, you know, in the moss and not just like floating on top of it. So yeah, I'm adding some more moss to that, and then I give that a cure, and I just keep on going with the eyes and the spiders. Now here they all are finished. before I put them on, and before they get a little change as well. Here's the finished look. I changed the color of the eyes and the spiders. Just because I felt like before it looked too cartoonish and I really wanted spooky. And I also added some of the chrome around my cuticles and fingers to give it that dirty look. These are now giving me Hocus Pocus, and I love that movie, so I am cool with that vibe. And I love these nails. I love them a lot. I think they are so cute, and they were so fast and so simple, and it was just a really a fun set to do. So yeah, don't mind all my poses and stuff. I was trying to get like a good thumbnail. I was using this candle that I got from a thrift shop that I think is so cute. And yeah, this is how they turned out. Like I said, I really enjoyed doing this set. It was so much fun, so easy, and yeah, just my perfect first nail set for Halloween. And I really hoped you enjoyed watching this and found it useful, and I hope you give it a try because it was really fun. The thumb is my favorite nail. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.